Begin with breaking news. U.S. Coast Guard officials in Sturgeon Bay confirming with Action 2 News tonight that a man and two children are missing. It's been reported they were last seen sailing out of Egg Harbor around Green Island around 5 p.m. Saturday evening. The Sturgeon Bay U.S. Coast Guard, along with several other agencies, are actively searching the Bay of Green Bay as we speak for a 32-year-old man and, again, his two children. He possibly launched a sailboat out of Oconto by the breakwater, possibly heading to Riley's Bay before last night's storms rolled in. Coast Guard officials say they are meeting with other agencies right now to assess search strategies and discuss exactly what's going on and their next steps. This is an active search effort, so officials can't release a whole lot right now, but we will be the first to alert you when we learn more.